Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Mag Show. Today, we are going to be talking about the ROG Xbox Ally X, say that 5 times real fast, and the rumors that are going around about all these different price points that seem to be showing up on Twitter, X, and of course on websites all over. It's starting to come out, and I heard about one price point, and we're going to all compare these price points, and we're going to discuss as to what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. But before we get into that, I want to use the other handhelds as a comparison. So, for example, you got the Steam Deck. All right, which came out 2022, February 25th, 2022. That's just over 3 years ago. And even now, their price ranges go between $399 and $650. And then you've got the 1 terabyte one that's sitting somewhere around $800 right? This is all going to be in US dollars, by the way, folks. I'm just going to keep it very simple. Yes, I'm Canadian, but I'm not going to start doing exchange rates and everything else and start confusing my American fan base and friends, right? So we're just going to keep it US dollars. Now you've got the ROG Ally. The actual ROG Ally itself came out June 13th, 2023, and that got 3 price points. You got a $599, $699, and a $799 for the extreme. On a level of 1 to 10, 10 being the most extreme, that was a 7. Name the movie. Anyways, that's the extreme. So basically you've got the ROG Ally and you've got the Steam Deck, both having similar price points. However, as the Steam Deck is now 3+ years old, they still have a $399 option in there. Now, let's get into the ROG Xbox Ally X. My God, that is a mouthful, ladies and gentlemen. It's like shortening S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Marvel movies. Here's the official website, the Microsoft website. We got the ROG Xbox Ally X. My God, they need to do something about that name. And here we go. We've got the 2 right here. You've got the ROG Xbox Ally X, 24 gigs of RAM with 1 terabyte. That is an impressive piece of tech. That's going to be obviously the more expensive one. And then you've got the more introductory one, the ROG Xbox Ally, 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs. Now, Xbox Anywhere, world premiere. So those are the 2 consoles right there. I'm going to call them consoles, okay? Handhelds, whatever you want to call them. Now, the rumors are this. I'll tell you mine first. Mine was $800 for the more expensive one. Okay, that'd be the 1 terabyte one. That's what I had heard. Now, didn't hear anything about the other one. Now, that would actually make a lot of sense because now you're going to be competing directly with the Steam Deck 1 terabyte and the ROG Ally 1 terabyte. I know it seems silly because the ROG Ally would be competing with its own platform, but still, the price points would be on par with each other, and that would make a lot of sense that you wouldn't disrupt the market too much by doing so, right? So what I'm thinking is you keep that 1 terabyte at the $800, and then you have the lower one, let's say $599. That would make a lot of sense, and that would also bring in a lot of people. Now, I understand that is a little bit cheap for, like, look at this hardware. I mean, this is a beautiful piece of machinery. Right here. See this? Like, I mean, it's not for me because I don't travel. I don't really take the train much. I don't fly much. I don't like to fly. So it's not really my thing. But either way, when I'm gaming at home because when I'm not home, I'm usually working, dealing with my kids, or doing something with the family in its entirety. But I don't game on the go. I have a PS Portal and I barely even touch the damn thing. And I only spend $1.99 on that. Right? But either way, that's fine. I'm not going to smack talk anybody who's going to buy this thing. Go ahead and buy that thing and enjoy the heck out of it. I'm just saying it's not for me. But let's get back into it. The rumors now that we've been hearing since yesterday, actually since Friday, but now it's really starting to pick up some steam, no pun intended, is that you've got the lower model, the smaller memory model is sitting between $600 and $700. And then, of course, the 1 terabyte extreme would be sitting at $1,000 US. These are just rumors. Don't bite my face off. I'm just saying they're rumors. If you put this in, now my opinion is that if you put this handheld somewhere in the $1,000 range, you are pricing a lot of people out of this handheld console, okay? That translates, so for example, even for like in Canada and Australia, it's almost $1,500. You've got to be, that is not a price point that the average consumer can buy into, right? $399 for that Steam Deck. Mind you, the fact that it's still 3-year-old tech doesn't make a difference. It's still $399. That is accessible. I'm not asking them to charge $399 considering what they've put into this machine. However, when you start getting into that $1,000 US range, geez Louise, folks, You know what I mean? You've just shrunk that market even more so to the more discerning customer and certainly the hardcore enthusiasts of handhelds. It's just like the Apple VR headset that they had for like damn near $3,000 here in Toronto. Like, are you out of your mind? $3,000? Who's going to buy that? Right? Now you shrunk your market from the 15% hardcore to the 10% hardcore to the 5% hardcore because, like I said, price is still the most important metric at the end of the day. You can go to a car lot and a dealership and say, wow, what a beautiful car. I want that so badly. And then when you hear the price, that's what either makes or breaks the deal right there, right? So I think that $1,000 would be a mistake. And again, this is all just speculation. I think it would be a mistake. I think that $800 for the 1 terabyte would actually be, even though that's still inaccessible for a lot of people. Like I said, up here in Canada, $800 US is $1,200 plus, maybe almost $1,300 with tax up here in Canada, specifically Ontario. That's a lot of money to drop for a handheld, right? So, I mean, either way, I still think that it's the lesser of two evils if you go with the $800, and I say $599 for the smaller model. I think that would make the most sense. And then, of course, like I said, that would put them on par with the Steam Deck and, of course, the ROG Ally. So anyways, I want to know, out of those 4 price points that I have talked about today, $600 to $700, $600, $700, $800, or $1,000. Break them down into the 2 categories, the lesser one and, of course, the more expensive one. I want to know what you think those prices are going to be. Now, we, of course, as I was saying earlier, the rumor is that pre-orders are going to happen in August. We're going to get the price at that time and then release in October. So before that even happens, let me know in the comments section. Let me know in my DMs. Let me know whenever you talk to me. Let me know on XNC. Let me know right here what you think the prices would be and what the prices should be. But anyways, everybody have yourself a wonderful day and stay magnificent.